It's a DeepSlant 101 presented by Xfinity. Our guest this week, Will Anderson, number 3 overall pick. Got first quarter of the season under your belt. First of all, how are you doing? How's it going?
I'm doing good. It's going great. Thank you for having me. I appreciate you. But it's been a blessing. It's been fun so far. I'm just ready to see what else the season holds for us.
I'm wearing my New Balance shoes. I dug these up because you've got a New Balance deal.
I didn't even peep. Okay,
then. I was like, I have some New Balances somewhere. Congrats on that. I just saw the announcement came out, like a week or two ago?
Yes.
Okay, so how did that come about? Are you just like, it's an interesting choice of brands, yes. I would say.
Well, I'm all about being different. So, like, I just feel like, most guys, they go with Nike or somebody else. And I'm always talking about going this different route. And also, like, New Balance is on the beliefs and values that I have for, myself with my family and being in the community and everything like that. And just being innovative. And that's something that they've been doing really well, just innovating new things, like new fashions, new designs, and I'm all for it. So I was really excited to be partners with them and try to, come up with the cleat. And then they, have us, making our own cleats, own designs on cleats, on everything like that, just being hands-on. So it's really exciting and really fun.
It's like what's old is new again, because I remember when New Balance was really in. I mean, I'm a little bit showing my age here. And now it's new again. And I was reading this great story in The Athletic about how you're super into thrift store shopping.
Yes.
So you do like old is new again. So, okay, so how did you get into thrifting, and what do you think about the thrift scene in Houston?
Yeah, so it originally started with my grandmother. Her name was Betty Childs, and at first I just used to go to get all the old toys and everything like that. But then as I got older, I was like, hold on, they got some good pieces in here. And then me and my friends just used to go all the time and get all types of vintage jackets, vintage pants and stuff like that. And what's really cool is New Balance, their shoes, it goes perfect with
it
all
does?
the boot cut pants and everything like that, the baggy look. So it's really fun and exciting just to, adventure around different lanes of clothing and different lanes of other brands, that can connect with New Balance really well.
Okay, but is it not hard to find your size in a thrift store? Sizing is already tricky, and then you're not, an average size guy. You're huge. So how do you find your size?
So I go for the oversized look.
Okay.
So I always try to go
oversized.
Oversized. So it's never really easy to find a straight 38. So sometimes I have to go up to a 40 or 42.
Oh, okay.
And
you get it taken in?
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And I read that you also take some of your teammates also like thrifting. Who else do you think is big into that scene?
Yeah, all of them. I went with. Who is that I went with that one day? Dang. No, it wasn't one of my teammates. It was one of my friends that came. But I know a couple. I seen Sting at one of the thrift stores that he was there.
Okay.
He likes thrifting.
Derek Stingley,
Yeah, he likes thrifting. I seen him
I heard
there.
CJ likes to thrift.
CJ likes to thrift too.
Okay.
But the time I went was with one of my friends from back home. But I know I seen CJ there and CJ and Sting there as well.
Okay. Which city do you think's got a great thrift store scene?
I gotta say Georgia, of course.
Georgia, really? Okay.
But Houston has a lot of great thrifting stores here. Thrifted Threads is one that you probably read that that I've been to. But it's some other ones I was like, oh wow, y'all got a lot of vintage stuff in here. I'll be back on one of these off days.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, and you find some good stuff.
Yeah,
in
a lot
the
of great
stores?
stuff. Yes.
So is that what you wear on game day, or do you buy your stuff? Seems pretty high fashion too. I don't think you're finding those at thrift stores.
So
what's your fashion aesthetic like?
My fashion aesthetic is just really calm, cool, and collected. I don't really like being really flashy, but I feel sometimes some of the old stuff is flashy to me. What my flashy is versus what somebody else flashy is really different. I kind of just I like cut off shirts a lot. So the outfit that you seen me wear this past Saturday, I got 5 more shirts just like that. And I have some other brands like Dior and stuff like that that's cut off too. So for me, it's really just what I feel comfortable in, you know what I'm saying, what I want to wear.
All right, so you look really comfortable showing up to the game. You're obviously very comfortable in the game. Let's talk about the first few games of the season. I mean, you blocked a field goal, which was amazing. It seemed like you could have had 2 blocked field goals. What about that? Drew Doherty was in here earlier, and he said, you got to ask Will, did that hurt blocking the field goal? And I was like, I didn't even notice what part of your body. Was it your hand, your wrist? How did you even block it?
Everybody keeps saying that. It didn't hurt. Surprisingly,
it didn't?
I thought it was. Because we was coming to preparation that whole week. We was oh, we're going to block a field goal. We know.
Really? Okay.
And we didn't I didn't get my hands on in practice, and I never got my hand on the field goal. But I was The force of this ball, I wonder how it's going to feel. And honestly, it just felt like I was playing volleyball. Like, I just went out there and smacked it down. But I also think it was like the adrenaline, too. So, like, I probably didn't feel nothing.
You didn't have any bruises or any pain afterwards?
No, I was fine.
Okay. When did you learn that that was a skill set that you had, that you were able to jump up and block field goals like that?
It probably started when I used to have to go practice with my sisters at volleyball practice.
Really? Okay. So you would try to block their shots, or were you actually playing with them?
I was actually playing with them. It was
okay.
fun, yeah.
Okay. And what about just the first 4 games? Like, have you had your welcome to the NFL moment? You've played some pretty big names so far.
Yeah, a few times. You know, it's a part of the game. You know, you get a shot here and there, you know, saying that somebody block you here and there. But, like, I feel like Coach D'Amico does a really good job with the intensity of practice, making sure that we're really prepared going into a game, knowing how fast we need to play, how physical we need to be. And then plus just being in Alabama, you know, practice was very physical there. So the transition from Alabama to the league, it's kind of just, it's been like an easy transition. You know what I'm saying? Like, guys are way bigger, you know what I'm saying? But the physicality is always going to be the physicality, you know what I'm saying? So I just got to give a big shout out to the coaching staff and plus the players that we have here that just want to keep getting better. They want to have that intensity every day in practice, knowing that it's going to make us better on Sunday.
Yeah, you were a captain. You were a leader of the locker room at Alabama. You were a captain. Now you're a captain here. I wonder, what is that like as a rookie when you're the team? I mean, obviously you and C.J. Stroud, but you know, what is it like when you're a rookie, but you're a captain, you're a leader, but yet you're still kind of young?
Yeah.
You know, what is that dynamic like in the locker room?
Man, it's honestly great. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, you're a little nervous sometimes because you got vets that's probably been in the league like 10 years, and then you have a rookie that haven't even played a snap of football yet, but yet he's a captain. But I think it's just about the preparation and how hard you work every day. And when guys see that, when guys see a humble guy, a guy that works hard every day, a guy that doesn't complain, that's hungry, that, you know, wants it, you know, I think they just respect him, you know what I'm saying? So I think it's just that level of respect in the locker room, man. But, like, I see it as, like, everybody being leaders. You know, that, yeah, I got the C on my chest, but everybody leads in a different way, and everybody does a good job of, you know, making sure that everybody's doing what they need to do, like holding each other accountable, like, you know, one thing, like I said today, was like a match me thing. It's the same thing that we used to say at Alabama, and like we've been doing a really good job of just matching each other's energy out on the field. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody being on top of everything. So it's been fun to watch and fun to be a part of.
One of the first things I learned about you was that your nickname was the Terminator, and that you just have this like transformation when you're on the field. And like sitting here talking to you, you're just like so chill. We're just talking about thrift store shopping and like all this fun stuff. But when does that transformation take place for you? Because I heard you are relentless on the field. In fact, D'Amico Ryans during OTA said we almost have to hold Will back, like he's so intense. But for you personally, when do you go from this Will to like that Terminator? Is it like what part of game day gets you into that mindset?
Really just as soon as like that helmet and shoulder pads get on, like even when I walk in the door, like it's just a switch that goes, like it's business time, you know what I'm saying? Like everything that you've put in through the whole week leading up into this moment, like it's time to go put it on display and go, you know, go out there and play ball, go out there and, you know, do your job for you, not only yourself, but for your teammates and for this whole team. So that's just kind of the switch that gets flipped. Like I got to go out there and do a job, not only for me, not only for what I got going on, but for the dude beside me, because he's counting on me to do my job. And I'm not going to go out here and, you know, not do my job. You know what I'm saying? So that's all the things that go through my head. Like, yeah, I got to go ball for this dude right here because I know he's going to give me everything he got. And that's that switch that flips for me.
All right. So have you ever met the real Terminator? Have you ever met Arnold Schwarzenegger?
No, I haven't.
You haven't? Okay. But you've got his nickname and you got a chain. I feel like that has to happen. One celebrity that you have met, and I was super jealous this offseason. You know who I'm going to say? You're laughing. Who do you think I'm going to say?
Adele?
Yes. All right, I felt like I don't know if you're the bigger Adele fan or she's the bigger Will Anderson fan. It seemed like she was like a big fan of yours at the Lakers game. What happened? How did you guys meet?
I mean, she was just so down to earth, like just great spirits, great energy. Like she's just an awesome human being. Like it's like, you know, like usually like, oh, well, we don't know celebrities, but like she was very welcoming. Like she just had the biggest smile on her face.
Did she come up to you or did you go up to her?
I went over to her.
You went up to her.
Yes.
And you are a big Adele fan?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I know a lot of her
recognized her?
songs. Yeah, of course.
Okay.
And
I set the scene. I have to know how this happened. Okay, so what happened? You're at the Lakers game. You guys are courtside.
Yes, and like I was with the people from my agency, and we walked over there so they can let me meet Adele. And I went over there to meet her, and like we just started talking. You know, we was just getting to know each other, whatever, like that. And
what did you guys talk about?
We were just talking about like life and stuff like
Okay, I
that.
have
Like
to know
nothing
every
like
detail.
like
Okay, go
nothing
ahead.
too crazy. Just like, hey, I'm Will. I play for the Texans and everything like that. And the reason why she was smiling that hard in the picture actually is because I was singing. I had right before that I had sung like 2 songs of hers. In
To her?
ear. Yes, to her.
What did you sing?
I
I'm
sung
dying.
I sung "Rolling in the Deep," and then I had sung "My Little Love" on her new album that she just dropped, and like it just cracked her
Well, you
up.
know what I'm going to ask now. You've got to sing one of those. I want to know what made her smile so big because I'm obsessed with Adele. Will's like, I did not know this is where this was going. Just a little bit, like a half. I won't look at you if that makes you less nervous.
Okay. Rolling in the deep. Okay, that's it.
Okay, I'm just so tickled. Oh, that's fantastic. I was so jealous of you, but so happy for you. I've seen her in
Thank you.
concert. She's amazing. Another guy that you met, JJ Watt, this past week. So what was that like? Were you starstruck? What was it like just meeting him for the first time?
Well, that wasn't my first time meeting him.
It wasn't?
Yeah, I met JJ a couple of months back when he was here.
Oh, okay.
And we exchanged Bert sent me his information.
Matt Burke, defensive coordinator. Uh-huh.
Yes, and he's been a great mentor for me, and whatever I need, like I send him clips of film, anything like that, he always helps me with. So just having a guy like JJ Watt, man, it's like I don't take that for granted at all. Like it just goes back to show you like how these people are just so down to earth and willing to help. Like I'm just so appreciative because he could be doing anything. Like he's retired, he could be doing anything he wants right now, but like he's spending time talking with me, helping me, and everything like that. And like he came to talk to the team before we had played the Steelers.
Right.
And like one thing I really just took away from that was like, don't take this moment for granted. And like God has put so many like great blessings in my life and great people in my life and surrounded me by great men and women in my life. And to have somebody like JJ, man, it's just been such a blessing because he's a awesome person. And I just can't thank him enough for everything that he's done for me so far.
I mean, it just seems like yesterday that he was starting out in the league. I mean, when I started here, he was so young in his career, and to see him going up in the Ring of Honor, it's just crazy. But he said that he asked you if you had any questions for him, and you didn't have any questions for him.
the time,
So,
yes.
have you come up with your questions? Do you know what you want to ask him, or do you feel like you'll just go play by play?
No, I've been asking him questions.
You
I've been,
have
yeah,
been,
we've been
okay.
texting, and I've been asking him questions about everything. So we good. We good now.
We're good. Okay.
We're good now.
And then what about Sunday? You guys are playing the Falcons. You're playing some really good rookies this year so
Yeah.
far. And you got Bijan Robinson coming
Yes.
up. I know you guys probably hung out a little bit probably throughout the draft process, but what's going to be the big challenge here? You guys got a 2-game win streak. You want to obviously keep that rolling. What are the challenges for Sunday's game?
Honestly, the challenge is for us is just stay consistent, and it's all about us at the end of the day and what we do. You know what I'm saying? If we just go out there and we do our job and we have great preparation throughout the week, then we can have the same results on Sunday. So I think it just falls back on everybody just playing their technique, playing the defense, playing the offense, and going out there executing what the coaches ask us to do.
All right. Can't wait to see it. Well, thank you so much. And would you mind signing our wall?
Of
for
course.
us?
Thank you for having me.
Yes, absolutely. There's a Sharpie. Just sign. You can sign next to Tank or anywhere else.
These fancy markers, ain't they?
Actually, JJ brought it, and then he left it here, so now it's our marker. Awesome. Thank you so much, Will.
Thank you. I appreciate
Best
you
of
guys.
luck rest of the season.
Thank you.